What's up, everybody? Welcome back here. You're at the Oilpreneur, and let's talk about beans and phytic acid. Okay, now I've done a lot of research, and there's studies that are coming out. People are saying, oh, in order to get phytic acid out of your body, get it out of your diet because it's not good for your teeth and this and this and that. You need to cut out grains. You need to cut out beans have phytic acid in them, but one thing that I've learned is that you cannot take one study and go just strictly off of one study or one example. Okay, so sure, like basically what some of the studies are saying is that the beans, when beans are harvested and they are stored, they harden. Obviously they're hard. They've hardened up, and that basically helps to protect the bean and the shelf life of the bean. Okay, and so if you soak your beans or you sprout them, that will get rid of the phytic acid. Well, and another study goes on to talk about how if you cook your beans, cooking your beans helps to remove phytic acid. Duh. Of course you want to cook your beans. Of course you want to soak your beans. Like, it's not hard to figure that one out. Okay. Then there's some studies that I've and these are all separate studies where they talk about using vinegar to remove phytic acid. And I mean, honestly, that's something that I cook with anyway. And one thing that I've learned is that when you listen to your body, beans is a very big staple for me, especially when I'm eating one meal a day. Especially it's for health reasons that I eat one meal a day. And one thing that my body naturally craves is vinegar in the beans. So I really honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with, one, common sense, two, listening to your body. Because if you are on a strict diet where you're eating one meal a day, and beans is a staple of your one meal a day or your strict diet, your body is going to start missing nutrients that it's wanting, and you're going to start craving that. And this is one thing that I've noticed when I eat beans, is that I do crave the vinegar in the beans. It's appetizing. It increases my appetite. It makes me crave the beans when I'm eating them. So that's one thing that I've learned, is that you cannot just take one study and say, oh, there it is. Beans have phytic acid. Yeah, sure they do. But we're talking beans that are dry, beans that are hard, beans that are not cooked, beans that were never soaked, beans that you're not using vinegar in. And we already know from studies that vinegar helps to increase the nutrients in the body. So that makes a lot of sense when you're talking about phytic acid, because phytic acid is an acid that basically robs your body of nutrients that you need, such as calcium, in order to absorb into your teeth and your bones. Well, it makes a whole lot of sense when you're talking about adding vinegar to this dish, because and that's the thing, like the whole reason I was looking up phytic acid and calcium and teeth health and restoring your teeth, your bones, all of this stuff, is because I was doing research on that, and I realized in my research that there's all these studies coming out saying that beans are not good for you because they have phytic acids and they rob your body of calcium. But what was mind-boggling, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all of the beans on the market, and if you look at most of the beans on the market, one of the highest nutrients in beans is calcium itself, and all of the bone-forming nutrients that you need for healthy bones. So for me, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to just take just that one, first on top of Google search that says phytic acid is bad for your bones, and here's why. Phytic acid. Okay, beans are bad for you, right? So it makes a whole lot of sense to me now. If this makes any sense to you, give me a comment and leave me a thumbs up, and share this video, because I think by instinct as human beings, you know, we are naturally inclined as humans to basically use our common sense, which we should be using common sense. Okay, God made beans. God made food that is healthy for us, that our body needs to thrive. And so when you hear all these different things, oh, this is bad for you, that's bad for you, why? Why is that bad for you? So I like to do my research, my own thorough research, and come to my own conclusion for myself. So if this is a good conclusion for you, if it makes sense to you, hit the like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.